Go here. So we're going.
We're
And
going.
so what do you stream?
So I play Valorant, Fall Guys, Fortnite, and some other bits and bobs.
Oh my god. Are you like one of those insane builders on Fortnite?
Something like that. It used to be good, and then I was like, yeah, it just got worse and worse. The game, I don't know. They just kept changing it and trying to make it better, but they made it worse. Just like, yeah.
What was the
Used-
turning point? Was like season 3 bad, you think,
Uh,
or
no, it was all good up until like they started like so season 8 to 10 was where it like started to just fall off, and they were just implementing like weird stuff, like overpowered stuff, and yeah, it used to be just simple and easy. But yeah, I don't know.
no, no.
Still.
You're a little laggy right now. I think
Oh, sometimes it will go out of sync. Yeah.
yeah, it's yeah, out of sync. That's yeah.
Yeah, that
But
sucks.
what country are you from? Are you I'm
Oh, England.
guessing where?
England, what about you?
Ah, UK. Is there
There
a
you go.
difference between England and the UK?
So England is in the UK. So like in the UK we have England, Ireland,
So
Wales.
you're not in Wales. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
There
Yeah,
you go.
I'm in Florida right now in the
Yeah.
grand old United States.
Nice. Yeah, my other half lives in Florida.
Oh, cool. Is does she enjoy it?
Yeah, I think she prefers it over here though. So I think she's gonna be moving soon. I don't know why. She's crazy. I don't know.
Well,
I'm just
dude,
doing it for the ride.
Florida has like the most COVID cases in the world or something.
True. Yeah,
So,
yeah. I've seen that.
yeah. It's not
It's
great,
crazy.
but
Yeah,
decent beaches. But yeah, so in my video, what would you like to go by? Like your name, or do you have a code name?
So I have my stream name, which is Ticklestreams. So,
Tickle Streams. That's great.
yeah, it was like it was a random one. So my like Fortnite username at the time was Tickle My Nipple. Actually, at the start it was Nipples. And I changed it to like Tickle Your Nipple, and then for some reason I just decided to stream one day. I was like, what can my name be? I was like, can't be Nipples. Yeah, doesn't work. We're gonna go with Tickle.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
god, that's great. That's
plan on that
great.
one. I don't know.
Just found a nice balance, dude. Like
Yes,
right now, your video is at the point where you're just starting to type in tickle streams. Like
bro.
that's where your video is right now.
Sometimes it gets bad and I have to restart it because I use like an actual DSLR and it just like hates it.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Big rip.
Um, but yeah, I guess like one of the reasons I'm even doing this is just to try to
Yeah.
get like different perspectives from people about their place in the world and stuff. And for you, like,
Yeah.
what is life like in England right now? What is COVID like? What are your thoughts about that?
Um, it's weird. It feels like it's not as crazy now, but like I feel like it's just became the normal over here. Like for us, it's like we have to wear masks inside the shops or any places or any buildings, to be honest. Things like that. But then there's no masks while we're out in public, just walking around or anything. Um, Masks for public transport and stuff. Um, yeah, I mean the cases are like not too high, but obviously still going.
Yeah.
We have some really weird laws right now and rules in place where we can't like be in groups bigger than six and stuff. But yeah, we can go to bars and be right next to everyone.
Do you? Yeah, that's weird. Do you think, like, for you, like, how strictly do you abide by those rules? And do you think you're in the norm? Do you think most people kind of are more strict or less strict about it?
Yeah, I mean, I like just go by the rules and whatnot. I feel like I'm not too close with other people when I'm outside, so I don't really tend to wear my mask when I'm just walking around. I wear it inside of shops just to go by it. Um, but yeah, and I don't know. I'm not against or for it. I mean, obviously, I don't really want COVID, but yeah.
I know there's a balance to strike, right? It's like, of course, being healthy and
Mhm.
protecting, if I don't know, like in your situation, if you're living at home or interact with grandparents or something, but like that, that's legit.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but also, you don't want to sacrifice your entire social life. You want to be a human being. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, that's true.
um,
Yeah, it can be uncomfortable. I mean, I just went to Barcelona and it seemed a little bit more stricter there. It was pretty much every time you're out in public at all, it was masks on. Um, and yeah, it was a lot different, I guess, to where I am right now.
Spain, I think, had a really bad time with it, right? Or
Yeah,
they do they still? I don't know if they
I don't
still.
actually know anymore. It didn't seem like, I don't know. I guess it's hard to really see and whatnot.
No. Yeah.
Mm.
Like, what are your thoughts of America at this point? Like, of the United States,
Well, in terms of COVID,
just in terms of like, I don't know, the cultural influence that America has, and do you, like, do people, do you, or and does England kind of look at United States as a positive ally, or are we not really allies anymore, or what? I don't.
no, honestly, just like a completely mutual, like not mutual, sorry, neutral, really. Like,
Mm.
not really even spoke about much or anything. It's kind of just, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just not really like a hot topic, I wouldn't say, for the most part.
What do you think are like the other kind of hot topics or things that are happening in England that we may not be privy to over here?
Not much, honestly.
Hmm.
Um, there is nothing really crazy going on. The last biggest thing was probably Brexit, where we left the EU. Um, other than that, and obviously COVID. Yeah, there's nothing.
Okay.
Honestly, it's pretty just, yeah, nothing crazy going on really.
Cool. Um, I have some other kind of like questions here that I wrote
Yeah,
beforehand. There are a lot of them, but I really only ask like three
of
of
course.
whoever. So Ticklestreams, what what a fancy name. Uh, so pick three numbers between 1 and 45.
Three numbers: 44, 39, and 26.
Those are numbers that no one has chosen, man. You got a
Hell
unique
yeah!
mind. It's great.
Uh,
Yeah. Most people choose 7 and 23.
that's fair. That's fair. I always go with seven usually.
Isn't that something, right? It's like
Yeah,
everyone is so drawn
seven.
to saying 7.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Weird. All right, 44. All right, so these can get pretty deep. Some of them are silly, so
Let's get it.
prepare yourself. Okay. Um, when was the time you felt most judged?
Most judged. Oh my. Oh, I don't know. Such a like carefree person for the most part. Like most judged. Oh, yo, I got to think deep right now.
Take your
Most
time,
judged.
man. Yeah, we went from 0 to
Um,
60, you know.
Probably my previous relationship from their parents.
Oh,
Actually, yeah, it's not so much both their parents, but the father.
could you kind of explain your story a
Yeah.
little bit?
So he didn't have much to do with in her life, but he was very controlling and like felt only put in like effort when it suited him, sort of thing. And didn't want her to do all these things, but yet didn't want to have a good positive influence on her life or anything, or even much of an input on her life at all. But yeah, I didn't suit his needs for her, if you know what I'm saying. He wasn't happy with it, and yeah, could basically would try and do everything he could in his power to try and break things, obviously. Um, but yeah, that's probably the only time I felt really judged. Not, yeah, I don't know. It was weird because I don't really care too much like what people think or anything. So yeah,
Oh, isn't that annoying when like I feel like that happens to people who are like the least judgmental, the most open,
yeah,
or these people in power are the ones who kind of just like try to like punch you to make you aware that of how judgmental the world can be, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, and it was the weirdest thing ever because like I was getting judged on like most things, like my status in life, my job position, like everything like that, and like yeah, but her father was like in like a worse space than me, if you will. He had like a worse job, worse education. It wasn't,
Hmm.
it was weird. So it felt weird to be judged. But I mean, obviously he wants the best. But yeah,
Hmm. for people like that, it's like, how much of that is also jealousy and also self projection of their own insecurities and the things that they were never able to accomplish. And I mean,
Mhm.
it's really sad, it's sad.
Yeah, 100%.
And those are the people that are the loudest and that like control the conversation. And
Yeah, that's true. Hmm.
okay, well, thanks for sharing that. Number 39. Ah,
What we
no
got?
one, no one ever asks this one or gets 39. I love this. Okay, who is one stranger you still remember?
A stranger, I still remember. Um, I'm thinking of someone. I was probably somewhere in the region of 13 to 15, maybe a little bit younger. I don't know. Just a random girl at the pool while I was in Greece, some random island just off from Greece. Yeah, like made eye contact for the longest period of time I ever like non-awkwardly had. And yeah, I mean, like my 12 to 15-year-old self was in love. No idea. I like, have a vivid imagination of what she looked like. Yeah, probably the one stranger, I guess.
Dude, that's great. That is such a good answer. A pool in Greece, you spot the most beautiful woman. 13 to 15 years old. That is
I'm sure she was like 18 at the time, sort of like looking.
like looking at like the most mature woman in the world. You're like, she's perfect.
Mhm.
That's amazing. That's great.
Yeah, the second one in my head was probably like one of my old exes because like the weirdest. She cheated on me with like 30 people. So I was like, actually, she's pretty much a stranger to me because I never really knew her.
That's good. That's good. Yeah,
That was
that's
the most
beautiful.
fucked up thing I've ever been in my life.
That's funny, man. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, that brings up a whole nother question. It's like like how much experience do you need to have with a person before you know them? You know
Mhm.
what I
Yeah, yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Like
I don't know.
some people that like get married, they feel
Mhm.
like right after that it feels like they're married to a stranger, Interesting.
Yeah, and I was engaged and I've been with someone for 6 years. I've only been out of it for like 7 months, I believe. But like they completely changed. Well, not so much. They changed a little bit while I was with them, um, but they mainly changed when we broke up. They kind of went back to the same like sort of person they was before, but like in a worse part, like way. Which is weird.
Huh. Well, did is this sorry, I'm like following your lips on there, thinking that you're still talking, and then like
Yeah,
but it did is that this a different X?
that was the ex I was talking about. The father.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
the the
Interesting.
the other one was just someone from years ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get that.
Yeah,
It's so weird, like how many different. Have you always lived in England?
yeah, yeah.
It's so interesting, like how many lifetimes. I'm 29. I feel like I've lived like 7 different lives at this point.
That's true. Yeah,
You know?
just
Yeah.
everything's changing.
Yeah. For you, like, do you have a similar feeling of like life change?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I had yeah probably the same at 23. Like lived nearly 3 lives. Like my first part was like me growing up and everything up until like 16 nearly, and then my relationship part when I was engaged for like 5 6 years, and then now like is now like a new chapter again.
Wow.
Yeah, I definitely feel that.
That's exciting to be in a kind of a new beginning chapter.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. That's
Definitely
great. Cool.
it's good. Just looking positive.
Yeah. COVID, protests,
Yeah, I mean,
Australian wildfires,
yeah,
everything is going up.
yeah, great. We'll just pretend.
Yeah. We're in good shape. All right. Now I feel you. Okay. Number 26. This is actually a perfect question for what we're just talking about.
Okay,
Um, how are you different?
how am I different? Ooh, I don't know. That's a hard. That's just so hard. How am I different? Honestly, I mean, that's really hard because like I could be so like I could say like I'm different because of one thing, but then someone else has that same like thing, you know. Um, Honestly, yeah, no, I don't feel like I'm like fully different to anyone else, if you know what I mean. Like, I mean, there's probably like little things that I could say I'm different to someone else, but someone else out there would have that, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a an interesting question because it's pretty open ended in its interpretation, right? Like you could
Mm.
interpret it as how are you different in terms of like you as a person. You could
Yeah,
also interpret it as how are you different from how you were a year ago or 2 years ago.
yeah.
So in that way, in that how about in that way? How are you different from a year or two ago?
I would say a year or two ago, like I've definitely like opened up to a lot more things and became a lot more happier in myself. Definitely a lot more like trusting and less anxious, I guess. Um, just more in, like not so much in control, but I guess the whole saying of like um, when there's trust, you don't need to be in control. You know,
Mm,
and just trust,
mm.
like trust within myself and just understanding. Really, just makes me.
That is wise. When you have faith, when you have trust in someone, or that control is so much is not necessary as necessary,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You know,
Even in
for
like the sense of life, just like having trust within yourself and everything around you, and knowing that if something does happen, it was for a reason, and sort of like understanding that things will happen as well, so it shouldn't hurt you as much. And I guess that makes it easier. I guess.
mm, for you, like how do you feel like you arrived at being at a place where you can trust?
Um, Honestly, like going back to that like third chapter of my life, I guess, sort of thing. Just realizing that you know that like things aren't always as you think they're going to be. You know, you think like your whole life is planned ahead. You know what's going to happen. You think you're happy, and then like everything can be turned upside down. So, um, yeah, so just never to be worried about what's going to come in the future, meaning that I don't have to, you know, be scared or anything. Just full send, and then you have that control, I guess, like well, faith and everything.
Mm,
It's
mm.
the best way to be.
Yeah, yeah, that's it is scary to well I agree. I think that if you live in the present and are just like
Mm.
living in the now, um, that all those fears of like what you're supposed to do or societal expectations or that those just kind of melt away and you can just like look at life and
Just enjoy
find
it.
this exactly enjoy it and
Yeah.
find the simple things and yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
um Dude, it was really nice talking to you,
You
Tickle.
too, man. It's been fun, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's
Yeah,
kind of like unexpected and
yeah,
fun and
that's pretty good. Yeah, no, I'm
um
not used to this. I love it.
but before we go, do you have any kind of last words or last thoughts that you haven't talked about that you may want to bring up or something to
Done.
leave with the audience?
Uh, Smile. That is about it, really. Yeah, just enjoy life and smile.
Good man. Ticklestreams, ladies and gentlemen.
The lacking decent streams.
Yeah.
No,
So I'm gonna be uploading the video right now, so it'll take about 10 to 15 minutes.
yeah, dude.
And make sure to subscribe if you haven't. I think you
I
already
already got
did.
it. Got you.
And yeah, man, it was a
Yeah,
pleasure.
dude. Yeah, lovely to meet you, man.
All right.
Thank you for that, bro. Have a
All
great
right.
night, man.
Take care. Bye.
Yeah.